Welcome, folks. It's lovely to see you again for another Friday morning class. I had to think, what day is it? Let's take right day in fist, right hand in fist, left hand straight, pull back the thumb, together we salute. It's lovely to have you with me. Let's do a little warm up, please. We're going to go into the four corners. I was telling my earlier class that yesterday I had a go at the many repetitions, and I'll admit I didn't count, but I did about 20 to 30 minutes of this, both directions in that time. And I must say it made a huge difference. It felt very silky. Later on when I did class, it felt very silky. And even today now, a day later, I still feel my hips are much more smooth in their movement. So I'm actually taking up the challenge that Master Chen laid down. I'm going to have a go at 500 in each direction. I'm going to time it. And then I can be a little bit more lazy and just do that amount of time in each direction. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It feels amazing. Very nice and smooth. We'll not do 500 now. Good. Let's gently change direction, please. I've done that much before, but I didn't quite notice the same response in my body as I did this time. I mean, I've done it many times, but yeah, there's something changed this time. Good. Let's come back into center. My body's kind of raring to go with it. I find now that I've got, wow, it works. It makes a difference. I just want to keep doing it. Isn't that the way? Let's have a little shake. So rather than circling, I'm wibbling and wobbling and looking to release the muscles and the soft tissue from the bone. Breathing into it. And shake out. And on the other side. We know that Tai Chi is a slow drip, that a lot of the benefits come over time. But you may have noticed there's a lot of benefits that come straight away. A lot of my students come up to me and say, do you know what? I'm sleeping better, my balance is better, I'm feeling stronger, shaking out, even if they've only been doing it for a few weeks. Let's open the stance wider and sit down and go into the four corners. So it's the same movement, but a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper. Good, and let's change direction. Sorry, have a hair. There we go. And let's add just a little level of difficulty in here. So what we're going to do is think of one leg at a time. So we're going to do the four corners of one leg. So it's subtle, it's small, but think of going into the four corners. And this is really more for building martial strength. Very useful for pushing hands later on. Good. Okay, and now let's change and do the same on the other side. So feeling into the four corners of your other hip or leg. Good. You think you can manage it? We're going to go the other way now on the first side. 4 corners. If you weren't paying too much attention, you might not really be able to see much of a difference from the normal 4 corners, but it is there and you'll feel it, and change on the other side inwards. Good, well done. Let's walk in and we'll have a little turn and breathe. Nice and calm. Beautiful, well done. All right, relax down. Let's take a little stretch. We're going to look at resting stance. I'm going to take my shoes off because I think actually it might be clearer for you to see with contrast. So let us look at, resting stance. So resting stance, the crossed position. Let us do black dragon winds around pillar. So maybe even before we do the legs, let's get the arms. So we're going to stretch out to the sides and release belly, hips, knees. Now we're going to bring one hand forwards and up and the other back and down. So you can see, or maybe if you could see it from above, or like that, you're making an S shape with your arms. You're pressing the hands out, the fingers are pointing around your body. And we're going to look over the lower shoulder and turn in the waist. So look to the back corner, pressing the hands away from your body to get the stretch. And release, and let's go to the other side. So press the hands away, fingers pointing around the body, look over your shoulder, keep the knees pointing forwards. Let's release, and we'll do it again. Look over your shoulder, press, and release, and look over your shoulder, press, and release. Lovely. So that's what the arms are doing. Let's relax down and have a wee shake out. We didn't do the arm shaking out. We'll do that in a minute, but let's do this stretch first. So we're going to turn out one side and bring the other foot behind. We're going to slide diagonally back. Now that allows your body to go diagonally forward. So you are on one line. You're not standing up straight like this. You're letting your body come forwards. So let's bring the arms out to the sides. Now, whatever arm is in front, that arm goes down and back, and the other arm comes forwards and up. And we look over the shoulders and we press away from the body and breathe. Good. And recover. Let's draw the legs together and let's sit down. So you can do the halfway house, or you can tuck the knee further and see if you can sit comfortably all the way down. Well done. Up you come. And let's do it on the other side. So we turn out, we step the foot back, we glide diagonally back, bringing the arms to the sides. The arm that's, the leg that's in front, that side arm goes down and back, the other arm comes forwards and up. We look over the shoulder, press the hands away from the body. Breathe. Good, and release. Drawing up. And gently bend. Good. And breathe. See if you can overlap. Bring the knee in behind and sit down. Only do what you can comfortably. Press down. Good. So that's my workout for the week done. Yeah, I often feel quite tired after warm-up. if I'm really pushing. At the moment, I'm still working through the end of a cold. So yeah, it really brings it home how much physical work Tai Chi actually is. Let's lengthen up, please, through the top of the head and over to one side. So after the stretch, we're shaking out. Maybe in future, it might be an idea to do the wibble wobble first before the stretch, but oh well, here we are. Gently wibble wobble, turn in your rotator cuff, in your shoulder. Just freestyle it, feel for the soft tissues melting off the bone. And breathe in, lengthen, over to the other side. We actually have the lady that taught me this exercise in the class present, so I hope I'm doing it justice. It is a lovely exercise. It's amazing for helping the energy to flow. Remember, folks, when we relax, everything opens, and when everything opens, the energy can actually flow. So yeah, it's one of my top 10 exercises, this. Good, let's release, deep breath, lift up, and relax down into your center. I'd like you just to stand, please. Nice and neutral, checking posture, breathing and relaxing down into your belly, calming down. Listening to your body as you release through it. Excellent. Let's bring the feet together, please. Heels together, toes apart for some Wuji. We float up through the top of the head, chin slightly down and back. Release through the system, calming down. Listen behind. Let's find all 10 digits, gently lengthen them down. Good. Let's release belly, hips, and knees. We're going to open to the side. Fix the feet to shoulder width and level. And again, just give a moment to your structure, letting go through. Open door 5, please. Ready? Start. Good, giving the back a wee rub. Well done, and close. Good. All right. So let's go through our Phoenix form. We're really using it as a warm-up just to get us into some movement. Once you've got a form under your belt, anytime you pull it out and give it a dusting, it does us the power of good. We reinforce our memory, our body memory, and just polish the mirror just that little bit more. Okay, let's give it a go. Phoenix, begin. Very good. Very good. Um, there's always going to be something that you're working on. For me, sometimes it's just keeping my focus on what I'm doing. Uh, I used to think that actually whether my mind is wandering or if I'm focused, no one else will notice. But quite a few years ago, someone said to me after standing practice, who said, "Your mind is all over the place, your energy is dissipated." And I was sat there going, she's right, but how does she know? So I think actually it is quite visible, especially to those who practice all the time and who are very focused. There's just something about it. Rather, like I've noticed, if you see someone who has a cold, it might not, they might not have runny eyes or nose or a big red nose or chapped lips, but you can see that there's a blockage in there, that their sinuses are blocked up. So, yeah, whatever it is, as you practice, once you know what you're doing, then you can focus on various challenges each time. So each practice will be unique. And I think that's a really important thing to remember. You're not just going over the same thing again and again. You're using the choreography as a pathway to discover new things about yourself and new parts of your practice each time. It is a template, but each time your piece of art will be different. And therein, I think, is a great joy that you can't help but be different, because every time your body is different, every time you're a slightly different age, you've had a different amount of sleep, you're coming from a different mindset, you've had different things going on in your day, so it will be fresh and new. So you use the choreography as a tool to get to the good stuff, rather than think, yeah, I know this. Anyway, let's park the Phoenix, and we're going to have a look at the Immortals. I've been asked by some enthusiastic students, could we please do the Immortals extremely slowly, just so that they can see little details. It is very common that students say, I have the kind of idea of the form, but I get lost in the links, in the movements between moves. Because we tend to look at the moves, but not necessarily the links between. So I think it's a good exercise. It's another mindfulness exercise, because we want to remain focused and we want to keep the energy flowing, even though it's going to flow slowly. So folks, this is not how I would encourage you to practice your Immortals all the time. It would be very difficult to do that. But as an exercise in clarity and stamina, I think it's a great idea. So let's give it a go. We're going to do the whole of the Immortals form, but we're going to do it as slow as we dare. And this is a challenge for me as well. Hopefully we can rise to it. Let's give it a go. The whole of the Immortals form. Lengthening up. Calming down. Ready. Start. I'm going to take more space. Right hand hook, left hand sinks, turn on the right heel to face the back, step to the side left. Turning left toes, then right toes, left hand hooks, right hand opens and follows. Right hand hooks, left hand opens, feed the weight back. Immortal fishing toad. I'm going to take more space. I need to come forward so that you can see. Yeah. Good. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Doing it in slow motion. It definitely highlights any areas that your weight isn't quite right, or and your balance isn't great, or anywhere that you've just kind of been coasting through and weren't so sure about. Doing it in that amount of slow motion really does. Yeah, it's a nice exercise in itself, not just to help make clear where things should be, but actually as an exercise for the teacher or the practitioner. I think it's a worthy practice. As I say, I don't think you should be doing it every time. Now, you might think coming into Tai Chi, oh well, it's movement in slow motion, it's moving meditation, and the slower the better. Actually, no. I've had this conversation with Chen Yunjun, and what he was saying was basically if you move too slowly, the energy stagnates. So the whole idea with form is that you're moving your body and you're moving your center and you're moving your energy so that your energy circulates. So standing practice, stillness practice is where we want to really indulge that stillness. We want to keep the essence of calm stillness as we move. But once we get moving, once we're doing form, we want to move quickly enough that we are actually aiding the flow of energy around the body. So what we just did there, brilliant as an exercise, pretty useless from the point of view of getting the energy really flowing. So, very good. I'll just open it up then if there's any comments or questions or anything at all that you want to say. No, nothing. Okay, great. All right. Uh, so now that we've done it slowly, why don't we put it back up to speed? We'll maybe do it a little bit slower than we would normally, but not that slow. Yeah, and see if it has made a difference. Okay, so the whole way through the form, please. Checking posture, relaxing down through your body. Ready? Press the fingers down and start. Beautiful. Well done. Gosh, it feels really fast, doesn't it, when you go back to normal time. I was even trying to be a little bit slower than normal, but it still felt like da 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 da. So yes, very good. Okay, any requests or any thoughts before we finish?
No, just that was interesting doing very slowly because just as we started into the next version, I got really warm. So it did give me the kind of benefit of, even though it was very, very slow, it still warmed up the whole system.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it was good.
excellent. Yeah, I mean, I see what Master Chen is talking about, that there is the danger of some
Stagnation.
some stagnation. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think if you are, shall we say, a seasoned practitioner, if you're used to practicing a lot, I mean, it's like a slow bicycle race. So you are actually working hard. You're just moving the energy very slowly.
Yeah, and it's with, if you're going with the breath and the momentum
Mhm.
and mindfully, you're very engaged. So it is burning up.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel it is hard work. Yeah. Um, but I see what he was saying about
Mhm.
stagnation.
Yeah,
I think it's a lovely practice, but I
yeah,
think maybe what he was getting at was I was saying to him, well, I'm taking about half an hour to practice Laoja, and he was going,
yeah,
no, 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 15 minutes. Whereas
yeah.
15 minutes for me, that's a run.
That's fast. Yeah,
That's fast.
20 minutes is comfortable.
Exactly, yeah. So I think he was trying to counteract my,
Yeah,
maybe he saw that I was actually getting stagnation in my system.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
of course, what a teacher tells us at the time is what we need
yeah.
to hear
At that time.
at that time.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And the danger, I suppose, is that with you, not more less experienced people, is that they stop, and break the flow. But if
Mhm,
you can maintain the flow in the slowness,
mhm.
then you're still, as I say, burning it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very good. Okay, well, we have seven or 8 minutes left. We could go through the form again, or should we just have a nice leisurely warm down? What do you say?
Once more, it'd be grand.
Once more. Okay. So a leisurely pace then. Okay, lovely. Thank you. I'll pop you on mute again. Good stuff. All right. Lengthening up. Calming down. Ready. Start. Always need to take more space there. Ready? And very good. Well done. Lovely. Well, that was a nice class. We got a good workout there. Hopefully, for anyone watching the video, as well as ourselves, you get new insight when you look at a form in a new way. And going slow like that, there's definite benefits. Yes, definite benefits. Just a bit like Master Chen's idea of soup, pasta, pizza. It's a good idea to mix it up and train in different ways at different times. Don't always go for the middle comfortable ground. Push yourself in different ways, try different speeds, try different sizes of stances, combining different depths of stances. There's so many ways to keep your training fresh and to look at it from a new perspective, which just is interesting. And also it makes our bodies and our minds more flexible and strong. Good, let's go over the shoulders. And you remember the lifting version? Lift the arm and pat under. Good. Breathe. Good. Back down the body. Good. Shaking out, please. Bai Bing Xiao, 100 ailments go away. Little heel taps, allowing the body to be very loose, keeping the top of the head very light. Feel that little jolt of vibration going through your whole system. And stand. Breathe and listen to that beautiful bubbling vitality. Good. Let's guide the hands to center, please. Hug your elbows gently in. Breathing into your belly. Calming down. Feel the warmth, the touch of your hands flowing into your center. Feel your energy is stronger. Very good. Let's release, relax gently down. Floating up through the top of the head, filling your right foot, closing left. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. And for those watching the video, well done. I always just so much enjoy sharing Tai Chi with you. It's like a good meal. It's better shared. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next time.